Hi, this is Peter Lobred, recording my video portion of the presentation for Dr. Quee's class and for my paper. And my paper is entitled "A Matter of Trust After the Crisis: What Should We Do About the Brand?" And so, in the video and the accompanying slides, I'll take you through an introduction, the research question, the theoretical foundation, the research model and hypotheses, and then the planned methodology. Just as an introduction, and the slide that I have, we're looking at kind of rebrand versus reinforcing the existing brand or the status quo, or as I call it, staying the course. So in this study, we'll examine brand and related favorability and determine whether it's stronger or ultimately undermined by a full rebrand of name and logo. And that's important to define what we mean when we say rebrand, and we do mean full name and logo rebranded. And in this particular instance of the study, the rebrand is being considered because of a company crisis. In our case, and because, as I will get to, we'll utilize college students, we're going to take a popular energy drink and examine that as having faced a crisis and damaged reputation, and see what is the best course of action. From the vantage point of consumers, we want to evaluate and understand the optimal organizational response. So that gets into some of the managerial relevance, is how the organization should respond in a crisis situation such as this. When we think about the research questions that we'll test through multiple hypotheses, well, first we're going to look at we're going to address the gap currently between going with the new, the rebrand, or sticking with the old and the existing brand. We want to understand the consumer response, not just to the rebrand and potential loyalty and favorability, but also helping us to understand what's the degree of affinity toward the company should no changes to the organization occur. So it will be important for us to look at the scenarios of not just rebrand, but also no rebrand. The specific research questions then, in the face of potential crisis scenarios, no crisis, minor crisis, or major crisis, will a rebrand signify a positive, fresh start, or will consumers instead believe that the company's hiding from taking responsibility for its problems, and presumably such an effort as a rebrand would backfire? Ultimately, then, to promote trust and favorability, is the company better served in staying the course with its current identity? That's what we'll address through the further research that I'm going to explain. When it comes to the theoretical foundation that we have, there's a few theories that we're looking at. One is dual process theory, where processing can be both quick and the result of repetitive exposure, a blend of stimulus, presentation, and repetition. So again, kind of think of that quick processing that can occur as we present information about a rebrand. Cue utilization theory. Cues trigger the response from audiences in interpreting certain information and visual items to make decisions and judgments, often in a short amount of time. So hearing about what these various crisis situations were, or no crisis situation. Information integration theory. Audiences see and process multiple components to form a singular reaction and holistic response. And then finally, moral outrage is referenced in some of our literature, and that's where a consumer response and anger is directed at the organization. For our purposes, this would be specific to the instance of a major crisis. So for us, the information integration theory is really the key, because there's multiple components but a singular reaction, and we're going to extend it then to the reaction to a rebrand or no rebrand following a company crisis. The overview of the research model, we'll look at, again, a popular energy drink, and this goes with the slides that I have. This slide has a lot of wording on it, more than I like to have, but our first independent variable when we is no crisis, and that means no negative activities occurred. Then a minor crisis, such as a mislabeling of flavors of the energy drink, and then Third would be a major crisis. Heart issues, hospitalizations, deaths occur. And so following that, we apply the second independent variable in this research, rebrand or no rebrand. Our dependent variable, as the model shows, is the resulting favorability toward the company, just measured at the end because it's a company that they're not familiar with. And then our moderator is responsibility, or are they accepting responsibility? Is there trust in the organization, or again, kind of that undercurrent that maybe they're hiding from responsibility. Again, I've offered a model of that as well that shows you the degree of crisis, the rebrand versus no rebrand, leading to resulting favorability. And then also there's moderated by trust and accepting responsibility. The hypotheses that we go through, hypothesis 1, following the instance of no crisis, a rebrand results in lower favorability as compared to no rebrand. So again, no crisis means really not a need for a rebrand. A minor crisis means that there is a little bit of a bump up. We're hypothesizing in favorability. So following a minor crisis, a rebrand results in greater favorability as compared to no rebrand. That's hypothesis 2. And then hypothesis 3, following a major crisis, a rebrand results in lower favorability as compared to no rebrand. That goes hand in hand a little bit with hypothesis 4, which is moderated by trust and the related willingness to accept responsibility. The lowest favorability scores will occur in the instance of a rebrand following a major crisis. So again, we do believe, or I do believe, that a rebrand following a major crisis will show a little bit of a lack of trust and lack of accepting responsibility and almost hiding from the problem. Methodology, we are, again, energy drink, pretty relevant for the pool we have here, 300 college seniors from the same university, similar majors, courses of study. Participants will be, they're shown a series of screens and of Excel energy drink. You see my use of AI for this logo here on the slides. We'll divide them into 3 groups, A, B, and C, 100 participants each. Group A has no crisis. Half learn about a rebrand, half do not. All vote on favorability. Group B, minor crisis, mislabeled flavors. Half learn about a rebrand, half do not. All vote on favorability. Group C, major crisis, hospitalizations, death from excessive caffeine included in the energy drink. Half learn about a rebrand again, half do not, and all vote on favorability. And then we also give an open-ended question to allow them to explain the reason for their favorability rating. So that really kind of takes us through what we're looking to do with the research, the hypotheses, what we're basing this on as well from a literary foundation. And I'm excited on it just because it includes my background of crisis communications and also interest in rebranding, and I feel relevant to our the right population that we can pull from for the study. A lot of this goes back to input I had earlier from meeting with mentors and others, so I'm grateful for that, and look forward to the input I get from others here as well. Thank you.